Hi guys, you're watching The Daily Rut, and I am Leo, and I'm going to do another vlog today. It's been a little while since I've done a vlog. I've been doing stuff, building things, and kind of busy with other stuff, and I didn't want to put all that on video because I didn't have a lot of time to make videos with all that stuff, so I decided I was just going to kind of take a break off the video making and kind of just do some stuff around the house and do some work on some stuff. So anyway, that being said, if you like this channel, if you like these videos, these vlogs or whatever that I put out, please hit that subscribe button. It will help my channel a lot. It needs to grow. I could look at the statistics of this channel and I could see that there's more people unsubscribed to this channel watching the videos than there are subscribed. So you can hit that subscribe button. Today I think I wanted to talk about something that's kind of personal to me. And it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, well, should I talk about that ever? Or should I just kind of leave it? And I think I don't want to leave it. I think it's time that I could talk about it. And if people don't like it, they just don't have to watch. And that is, since my wife passed away, Olivia, I've been trying to get my mind out of that and try to get away from. Now, I love Olivia. She was my wife, obviously. I was married to her for 11 years, and I knew her for a little bit longer, even longer than that. And she was a great person. She's a great woman. But for me, or not just for me, for her personally, she didn't want me to just harp on her death and just be stuck in this place forever. That, she died, so therefore I'm supposed to just give up living. In fact, she told me this in her bed when she was basically getting close to passing. And this is the type of stuff she was saying before she wasn't able to communicate very well. But anyway, we talked about a lot of things in that period of time. There's a lot of prayer and a lot of stuff between me and her. I really wanted to make sure that she was going to see Jesus and that she was able to be on a good path with him, personal relationship, because it's not about religion, it's about a personal relationship with Jesus. Anyway, and I just didn't want I didn't want to leave her. I talked to her about all these things, but I really at the time didn't think. I was more emotional. So I was thinking, well, yeah, whatever, like, because she said, because she would, I know people probably won't believe me, but whatever, it's between me and my wife, and this is what she said, and I'm sorry if you don't like it or don't want to believe it. But she did say to me, two times actually, she told me that after I pass, go back to the Philippines and find another one. And that's what she said one time, and another time she said, she wanted me to go find a Filipino woman that's younger, and I think she meant healthier, in the Philippines, because she knew that I'm not interested in American women because I've been screwed over by these American women. Early on, I decided, well, I guess God kind of did, but no one will believe that either because people don't believe anything. If you tell people about God, it seems like, and a miracle that happened to you or anything that happened to you personally with God when you were going through a crisis or something, they just write it off as you made it up. That's usually how things work. People like to put God in a box when it comes to miracles, especially with miracles they don't want to believe. Even specifically Christians. They're the ones that I usually have the most problems with, which is really ridiculous because they're the ones that's supposed to believe in miracles. I mean, Jesus did arise from the dead, for God's sake. They'll believe that. But when I say something about how a miracle happened to me when I was talking to God and dealing with all this stuff, it doesn't seem, they don't believe in the miracle aspect or the anything that God might have done. It might have been more worldly, or maybe that's what you're thinking. That's the kind of attitude I can kind of see people giving. But I'm saying this because I did meet somebody fairly early on because I had too much time on my hands here, okay? I come home from work in the morning. I work overnights. I work 12-hour nights, 4 days a week. And I get off and I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, okay, I got my dogs. That's my life. That's it. Okay? Now I'm not trying to get sympathy. I'm just being honest because this is my vlog, not yours. And I'm just trying to tell you, like, basically, it's an empty house. This house became a tomb after Olivia died. It was just nothing. This house is empty. There's nothing. I started this vlog because I needed to fill up that space that there was in this house where there's not the sound of my wife kind of goofing around with the dogs or just the cute little things that she said, we don't have that no more. That's gone. That's over. And that's fine. I have to move on. I have to live with that and I have to use that and just move on. So early on, I picked up my phone when all the tragedy and all this stuff almost immediately after Olivia passed, not because I'm trying to just stomp on her existence as my wife and just be a selfish jerk, but because I was just I was having so much issues and my mind wanted to do so many things because I was trying to fill this gap that was missing, and that was her, that she's missing, And so I decided I would download the app for Christian dating for free, whatever. Anyway, I think that's what it's called. Anyway, so that's the app I met Olivia on, actually. Now, I noticed it's not for free. It's kind of a joke. They say for free, but it's only for free for so much. You could do stuff on there for free, but in order to communicate multiple times a day or whatever, you have to pay a certain amount. But whatever, that's beside the point. So I downloaded that early on. I didn't really go on there. I wasn't really looking for another woman to take Olivia's place, and I never want anyone to take her place, ever. That's impossible. Nobody can replace Olivia. She is Olivia. She is that special person. There's nobody that can replace her ever. But that being said, I went on there and I just filled out a profile. I did my thing. I didn't have any feeling toward this. It was like I was just going through the motions. That's kind of what I felt. But I was feeling like this sounds weird. I felt like I needed to download this app. I don't know why I decided to do this right away. Because when I was doing it, I felt like I'm cheating on my wife. Because my wife passed away. And now it's like, like I'm just not honoring her. That's kind of how I felt. So I felt pretty crappy. So I did my profile just because, keep in mind, I'm doing this and the weekends are always empty in this house. Everything's just empty. There's this emptiness, okay? So I'm doing this to fill up that time. I have to have something to fill up time with because I just can't. My mind is just I just don't know what to do with myself. I'm better when I'm married, honestly. That's the kind of person I am. So when I did that, I was feeling guilty. Yeah, I felt like, okay, this is just terrible, So I filled it out, and I had some people actually contact me, which is very weird because years ago when I was trying to find, I was dating before I met Olivia, I went on websites and, those people never contact you. There's nobody. And then most of those Christians they have pictures of them doing shots in their profile, or they got pictures of them, they're literally got their stupid Instagram or whatever stuff is where they got cat ears or whatever. And I'm like, no man is going to want to date you. Okay. No man's going to want to date you. And then they always do the duck lips. They're like they're like duck lips or whatever. And then there's like perking up and they're just trying to show off basically their assets, I'll say. And it's like, this is Christians now. This is Christians. But when I went on the dating app thing that I was talking about, I went on there and I just was, like I said, I'm filling up time. That's what I'm doing. I'm just looking around. I'm not even really thinking of dating anybody at all. I'm just kind of just looking into it more or less when I started this. And then I was like, I'm looking and I'm seeing American. I went, okay, I'm going to search my state. And then I'm looking to places of people around me, and I'm like, oh, these women are just not, they're just trashy. And of course, me not being, being kind of racist in a sense toward my own people, it seems like, because I'm so used to having a Filipino wife. I tend to look at them and I'm like, yeah, these people got tattoos on their neck. They got like piercings everywhere. Their hair is not great. They got short hair. They got purple hair. They got all these colors in their hair. Their hair looks like they cut it themselves. I'm just going down the list of all the stuff I've seen, and it was just horrible. I'm just looking at them like, this is not what I want. I don't want any of these people. They look like they have literal drama and issues in their life. And this is Christians. These people all list themselves as Christians. Whatever, that's fine. You have tattoos, you have whatever you want, but you're not for me. So I was just like, oh, whatever. This is just not working. So I would do this a couple times for it was maybe 20 minutes a day. It wasn't even very much. I would look. I mean, over the course of a whole day, that's how much I would look at this app. 20 minutes, maybe a day. And at the beginning, like I said, I didn't really feel into it. I was kind of feeling guilty. Anyway, and then eventually some people chatted with, tried to message me, but the people that tried to message me were not from my country. I'll get to that, and I guess I'll get to that now. What I did is I searched, when I got tired of the Minnesota options that I had, which were not very good options. They all looked not conservative, I'll just put it that way. I don't want a conservative specifically as in Republican or a right or left type of thing, but I'm just saying that they looked not what I call Christian. Like they were a little bit too loose around the edges, and they probably thought Jesus loved everything, including whatever they're into. And I don't really like that. So I decided I'd search America. So I just opened up the search to be basically the whole country. And then I kept seeing the same type of stuff, and it's just whatever. And I even seen some worse stuff on that one. But I just kind of just got tired right away. I'm like, you know what? I already know what I want to search right now. Because in my heart, I just had this feeling, search the Philippines. Just do it right now. And I was like, that's what I kept doing. I'm like, well, my wife was Filipino. All I know is Filipino for wife. That's my whole life now. I don't speak Tagalog. I don't know how to speak their language, but it's like they speak English. They're not stupid. But so I just opened it up and went like right to the Philippines from there. And I'm like, you know what? I would rather immigrate somebody than deal with purple hair and tattoos and short hair that somebody cut their hair on their own and they're just a little weird, or they're just they got drama in their life. They got something going on. Now you could still get that in the Philippines. Don't get me wrong. But at least in the Philippines, they have this, a lot of them are Christian, and they have more of a conservative point of view. And not, like I said, when I say conservative, I don't mean Republican. I'm saying conservative as in Christian. Like Christian, not conservative as in Donald Trump. I'm saying like Christian as in whatever. I don't think Donald Trump's conservative anyway. But you know what I mean. So I did that, and there was a couple of people that messaged me, and they were nice and everything. But this feeling in there's like this feeling that was pushing me through this. Like I had this thing where it's like something's leading me. Because I was doing things kind of like I was, I don't know, it's just weird. It's like I was in a trance almost. Like I was, now I'm sure somebody's going to say, it's demons leading him. It's demons. Because I know Christians on the internet, Christians are crazy about that stuff. They label everybody a false teacher, every single kind of thing. So I'm sure that I'll get that from this. Somebody's going to say, oh, he's not getting the word of God. He's not getting it from God. He's getting it from demons or fallen angels. Or that's what they do. They just jump off the deep end immediately without hearing everything. So I got a couple messages from people, and this video is going to be kind of long, I think, but and I just didn't feel it. I said like hi and then whatever, and I was just like, they were nice. They looked pretty, I guess. I didn't think that there was anything wrong. I looked in their profile, and they seemed like they're as Christian as I would want them to be. I don't know. I didn't think anything bad. And then some of them were Catholic. I don't want a Catholic. I was Catholic. I came out of that. I'm not going back into it. And I'm not going to, I don't want to have to talk somebody else out of it because I don't want to go back into it because the person who I'm with is Catholic. I can't, it just doesn't work. So I wanted non denominational. So that's kind of what I wanted because I don't believe that we need to be worrying about denominations. We need to be worrying about Jesus, right? So I did that for a while, a couple communications of people. It wasn't very long. And then I found this one girl. I'm not going to give away her name on here. Maybe down the road I will, but I'm not. And she just commented, said some nice things, and she left like a long kind of message, like saying, because I could tell that she couldn't message me back very easily because the Christian for free part of it is not for free, because she could only message so many times in a day before it's not free anymore, you know. So she left me this long little message, and it was just general stuff, but I just something I felt about her. And it's just something going on with her. Now, this is the part where no one's going to believe me because I know no one's going to believe me. I just don't believe that people are just going to follow me because if you experience anything with God, which I have in the past too, when I was little, people just Christians they for some reason they don't want to believe in God when it comes to you, but when it comes to their life and whatever's happening with them, of course God is obviously working. So going back a little bit, the night when Olivia passed away, or the morning I should say, or no, no, after they took her away, her body, she was done and everything, I was so exhausted because hospice had left, the nurses had left, all these people have left. They took the bed and all this stuff was done, right? And it was this house basically was crickets. It was like empty. I could feel the emptiness like in this house. And I was exhausted. Maybe I passed out. I don't know what happened. But I was on the couch and I think I was watching TV. I don't know what was happening. Anyway, and it's like I fell. Like if you fall, you know, you're feeling when you fall. I just knew I was awake, and then I was click, and there was this blackness, just black. Okay? And it was pure black. Everything was just dark, and I'm falling. I felt this literally in my stomach. I could literally feel falling, and I could feel it on my shirt, my clothing, like the movement of wind, like I'm falling. Okay? And I was not doing good after she passed. I was really not doing good. I didn't know what to do. I was very depressed, like very depressed at that time. And I was falling, and then I had this feeling like God showed up, like he was there in all this darkness. Now, I'm sure some Christians will say that's hell and that's the devil, whatever you want to call it. Whatever, go away, okay? Just let me tell this. So I'm falling, and basically like God was there. I could feel him. It wasn't the presence of evil. It was the presence of somebody, of God physically watching me. And I have experience with him from when I was little. I had night terrors for a long time. And then my mom told me to call to Jesus when this happens again. And eventually I did call to Jesus in my night terrors or whatever. And then I was in heaven with Jesus or whatever, paradise, whatever. And I met him personally. And you can't stand before Jesus, okay? Let's be honest, okay? You cannot stand. When you meet Jesus, you're not going to be able to stand. So I was bawling like a 10-year-old. I was crying on the ground at that time when I met him. And he comforted me and basically told me that these are going to end. And they ended. Night terrors immediately over. In fact, when I sleep now, I sleep like a rock. I can't even dream. I don't even have dreams. That's how much he fixed it. Now I'm getting messages. Anyway, that whole thing happened, and I was just done, you know. So anyway, I'm trying to turn off my phone so that I don't have a bunch of messages. Anyway, so that whole thing happened to me, and then now fast forward to now. I'm falling, and I have this presence again, the same exact presence. It felt like the same. It felt like fearful, but respectfully, like, you know, this person's character, and this is God. He has a character, and he is a he. Anyway, so I felt that again, and it's like when you're falling, when you're in this state, there's too much you can't take in everything into your mind. There's too much knowledge out there. And so I decided, so I was just like, I had this like questioning, like, why do I, why did I have to go through all this type of thing, And I've been doing that to God, basically, the whole time Olivia was in the hospital and all this stuff. Every day I was praying and praying and praying, heal her. And it was like this point, I was like, why aren't you doing this? This would make everyone honor you. If you showed yourself and you healed her, this would be a miracle. The hospital would have to acknowledge that this woman was healed. I'm thinking, I want to be proud of my Father in heaven. I want God is going to show up. That's what I was thinking. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time, like, he needs to show up because he will prove these people wrong. Science doesn't matter because God is here. That, and I was just so let down, I guess. I'm not saying that I don't believe in him or whatever, and I turned my back on him. I'm just saying that I was like, why did he allow this to happen? So when I'm falling, that was kind of my mindset as I'm falling in this darkness. And then he said some things, and he said, like, the word Job came into my mind. If you know the story of Job in the Bible, Job had all this stuff happen to him, and it was allowed to happen. He lost everything, but then, he was proven in the end to be worthy or whatever, and then God basically gave him back double everything that he lost, and he was rewarded for doing it, and so Job came into my mind because I think he knows I know about Job, and I know what Job is, so I think he's instantly telling me by that, and then it's like I'm talking to him when he said that to me. It's like, but I don't have anything. I've lost everything, with her, And then all I remember is he said something like, the words came to my mind was like, I will reward you double what you have lost. And then I was just like kind of breaking down at the time. It was really emotional. And I'm falling still. And then his presence went away. And then I'm just falling, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die here. It's like, then I started to get fearful. As soon as I got fearful, this is the thing. This is the key, okay? And I'm sorry this is a long video, but then I felt a hand, a woman's hand right here. And then it was like my arm, and then it's like she grabbed my arm, and I looked like this. I couldn't see her, but I could see the hand. And no, it wasn't Olivia, because I'm sure some people will say, oh, it's the ghost of Olivia. No, it's not a ghost of Olivia. It's not Olivia at all. Anyway, and no, it's not an angel, because I know someone's going to yell at me and say, oh, the angels do not come as women, so therefore that you are a false teacher, because I've gotten that before, and I hate that. Just listen to the story and let it finish first. So she grabbed me, and then as I tried to look back, I could see her hand, and she didn't have hands like Olivia. Not saying she's an angel either. Okay? She's not an angel. Let's get that through everyone's skull before the Christians come after me and start scolding me. Anyway, so I just seen that hand, and I know what kind of her arm, she was glowing. It was like white, like glowing. And then she pulled me out because the light was literally in my face. It was too bright. But it wasn't Jesus. It wasn't angels. So let's just get that through, okay? And then I just woke up and I'm on the couch and I'm like, what was that? And then right after that, I had this feeling that I should go on the app. And I know that sounds weird, but you can put God in a box all day long. You could talk to him one day when you meet him, okay? I'm not going to worry about what you're going to have to deal with when you're sitting here asking questions about God, whether he really did that or not. I don't care what you think. This is what I experienced. So anyway, getting back to now the dating thing. When I was dating, I kept going through and seeing people, and I had nothing, no feeling, like nothing, no feeling. And some of these girls were pretty. And I mean, I'm not saying pretty is everything, but for a guy, you see a pretty woman and you start to want to communicate at least and ask them questions. Maybe they're the right one because you like a beautiful woman. And then if she's a beautiful woman and a Christian, that's double great, you know? So that's kind of what most men would think. But I was just going through and I'm like, whatever. The ones that messaged me, I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, that's nice. I don't care. And I'm sure people will say because you just had your wife pass away, so you weren't ready. And that's true. But then I met the one that I met and I'm talking to now. That's the trick, is when I met her, I felt like I already knew her. It's really weird. I don't know how to explain this. But when I met her, I know her. It's just like I started talking to her and it's like she would say something and I'd be like, that's like me. It wasn't like she was trying to get into this country because she's Filipino and, you know, I know how people like to say these foreigners, they always want to get here and get a green card and all. No, she doesn't need me to get to America, honestly. She has her own job that she's working there, that she can actually come to America with her job. So she doesn't need me at all. She doesn't need my money, nothing, doesn't need anything. So don't even think that. So anyway, we started talking. We've been talking since that point. I've talked to her every single day. Every single day since that point. And for hours and hours and hours. And then video calls and all this stuff. So all those people that start thinking, oh no, it's just a picture online, so they could be a man and this person's a scam artist and all this stuff. Because I've gotten that when I was dating Olivia. You don't know how many people were telling me that. They're just saying, oh, it's a scam, it's a scam. And I'm like, Skype is a scam when you could see the person and you're having emotional moments and the person's crying. You see their parents walking in the background. Their parents get to know you. All that stuff. That's all Academy Award winning acting. But I guess, you know, if you're from another country, you're Academy Award winner because, you know, you can't prove yourself to these people who don't know you. So that's when you just put aside what people are saying and you go with your heart and your feeling, especially when God is leading this, because that's who's leading this for me, whether you like it or not. So I chatted with her and we're just perfect. She's like perfect for me, like perfect. And it's not because I say something and then she copies me. It's usually me questioning her and she'll say the answer, but it's like literally I'm thinking that. So, and I'm sure somebody will think, oh, you're just jumping into it too quickly. And I'm just going to throw all that stuff out there because I know how people are. Because people want to find the most earthly, physical, human, worldly answers. And they don't want to ever account for miracles. Miracles don't happen no more, according to these Christians. So anyway, I just wanted to say that and just kind of want to talk about that and just kind of say that I found somebody that I'm pretty sure of, and I want to be open about that because in the future I'm probably going to talk more about her. And I'm, you know, whatever. She could break up with me tomorrow and everything could be changed. Okay, yeah. And whoever's married right now in the United States, they could have a divorce tomorrow and everything could change, right? You see how that works? Everything can always change. The whole world can always change. I'm told every day by the news and Americans that the world is ending. So why even find another person, in fact? In fact, most Christians, they just believe they're going to get raptured, and so we should just leave the world behind and just let everything burn, including the children. Don't tell them about Jesus. Just let them burn, because we're going to get raptured. We don't have to worry about it. Don't try to change the future. Don't try to do God's will on the earth while you're still here. Don't do that. Just get ready for the rapture and get out. You're getting out of here soon. Don't worry. Escape plans, right? So that's the type of stuff that I always think of, because in the past I've been beaten down by a lot of Christian mindsets that, and I'm not saying I'm not a Christian. I believe in God. I just don't believe in the Christian. I believe in God. I don't worship the people. I worship God. So whenever the people are saying a bunch of crap, I don't get rid of God because of them. I go, God is better, but they are not. So don't worry about them. But I'm just answering a lot of those attitudes that a lot of people have. Well, anyway, this is a really long video. I don't know why I started rambling on this, but I just wanted to talk about this because this is something I've been really thinking about for a long time. And I just didn't talk about it for very long because a lot of people that know me on Facebook or whatever, I don't think a lot of them can handle something like this, because I'm sure that they think that I'm, I don't know, dishonoring Olivia, which there's no way I could ever do that, because she didn't want me to sit in misery like this for the rest of my life and suffer. Now, this girl that I'm talking to now, she is the one that bared all of the tears that I had, all the suffering that I had. She knows all about Olivia. She's seen Olivia. She knows everything about Olivia. I've talked to her about everything, and she's fine with that. She's a Christian woman, a very Christian woman. She'll pray for you. She's a good, caring person. And she stuck with me through all that, because I don't know if any woman would want to be with a guy who's crying all the time. He just lost his wife and all this drama right away. That's the beginning of basically our relationship, would be all this drama. Nobody wants that. I don't know if anybody would want to deal with that. But she stuck through it, and she helped me through it. And now I'm a lot better. I feel a lot better because I talked to her. And we were talking about this all the time. Just talking every single day, talking and talking. Even when I'm at work, we're chatting about this. We're talking and talking. And this just works its way out. And now I feel so much better now because of her. She literally saved me. And the way I feel when I talk to her is she was that being with that female that grabbed my arm. In fact, I seen her hands on the video, and I think that her hands match up almost exactly, which is very strange, but it sounds weird, and no one's going to believe me. I don't care if you don't believe me. You can believe whatever you want. But this is the facts, okay? This is what I've dealt with. This is my life. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out there and just kind of talk about it. Hopefully I didn't offend everybody and make everyone cry over the story, because their God needs to be put back in a box, can't have any miracles. At least I can't have any miracles because their God doesn't do that or something. But anyway, I'm just saying this stuff because I think it's a good story to tell, and it's something I've been wanting to tell for a long time. I've just been keeping quiet about it because too many people want to judge you if you tell the truth about what's going on in your life, especially if God intervenes. They don't like that for some reason. But I don't want to make this video super long. It's really long as it is. So tell me what you think in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Thank you for watching The Daily Rut. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy this vlog.